Hello there, Michael Young here. You're watching Brush with Paint. In this video I want to talk about light and dark. We'll sort of discuss that as we go along, and I'm going to do a painting based on this photograph. So without further ado, let's get to it. Right, okay, so I'll take a little bit of brown and a bit of blue. It makes a very dark tone. If you add a little white, you can get a whole lot more variation with that. There, a bit there. So this is the dog in question. I've been working on it for a little bit, as you can see, and I just wanted to have the bulk of it down to show you how I'm using light and dark basically to create the fur of the dog, which is easier to do incidentally if you try and do it all at once. If you push wet paint into wet paint, it's easier to create blends. If you try and do this in bits here and there, it can end up looking a little bit scratchy. So it's easier to push paint into paint. People who come from acrylic are used to maybe blocking things out and building things up, but why not exploit oil's properties? And sometimes it's useful to use this wet on wet technique, if you like. Now I've just jumped forward a bit. Sometimes things look a little bluer because I'm obviously adding a little bit more blue in there, and you could sort of say I'm cheating here because I've actually got three colours on the go, but the sienna wash, which I stained the canvas with, will be lost in time, but it sort of helps me to kind of judge how dark or light to go. If I think of the sienna background as the sort of neutral tone, then that's a good starting point. Whenever I paint anything or draw anything, I try to forget what I'm drawing or painting. It sounds kind of weird, but you want to disassociate yourself a little bit from what you're painting, and not to see it as a thing that you know, but more a construct of shapes. So there are these big shapes within that dog's fur that you can probably see already. I've decided to put in this light background here. So like Neo said in the Matrix, there is no spoon, there is no dog also. And to look at it as a series of shapes, big shapes first and then increasingly smaller ones, and that can help you to just sort of identify what it is you're looking at. It's training your eye to see things deconstructed, if you like. If you ask people who aren't particularly confident in painting to paint, say, you put a shoe in front of them and you say draw that, they will invariably sort of come up with this approximation of something, because they're thinking about what a shoe is in their head. They're not really looking It sounds kind of funny, but when you understand how to look at shapes, then it helps you tremendously, I find. Now I've got most of the sort of key information down, now I can start to sort of concentrate on the even smaller shapes. I particularly like the expression on this dog's face. It's like his ear is just sort of perked up a little bit, and it's like something's caught his attention, and I rather like that. Sometimes when you're painting something like fur or leaves in a hedge, it's important to or it helps, I find, to think about the nature of the material or the object. So if it's fur, it's smooth. If it's leaves, there are hard edges, and if you think about how something feels, it can help you actually. Well, I find it does. It can help when you paint it. That highlight in the eye is best done if you sort of drop it in, but it's not always hard edged. It can be a little bit just ever so soft around the edges. Not always, but sometimes. The dog's wet nose deserves little bright highlights. It just helps to reinforce that idea that it's, well, wet. Just a few key, where the light bounces off his head will help create that form. And this is the finished painting. I decided to go quite muted after all. Anyway, there we go. Well, thanks again for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please by all means put them in. And until the next time, bye for now.